What's happening there, guys, and welcome back to another great video on our channel. The reality behind the very genuine rivalry between NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys were revealed in the film, as well as the severe legal fights they both faced after being defrauded of millions of dollars by the man they formerly referred to as Big Papa. So let's have a look at the best secrets of boy bands. Number 5. Backstreet Boys. Given that they're still intact and are the best-selling boy band of all time with over 100 million record sales, AJ McLean, Nick Carter, Brian Littrell, Howie Dorough, and Kevin Richardson have endured a lot over the years. Their first significant controversy occurred in 1998 when they discovered that their beloved manager, Lou Pearlman, also known as Big Papa, defrauded them for years. Oh, and they started another boy band behind their backs known as NSYNC. His firm had produced roughly $10 million in sales in their first tour 4 years as a band. What about the band? Only $300,000 was collected in total, with AJ noting in the boy band con that some of the members couldn't afford to pay their rent. Brian was the first to file a lawsuit, and the rest of the group ultimately followed suit. The band eventually earned $99,000 in cash, 34 audio tape reels, 26 CDs, 7 studio mastering audio tapes, 6 sealed posters, 3 audio cassettes, and 1 VHS tape as part of the settlement. The band also sued their record label for $75 million in 2002. Number 4. NSYNC. Like their rivals at the time, Justin Timberlake, JC Chasez, Lance Bass, Joey Fatone, and Chris Kirkpatrick were duped by their common manager Lou Pearlman. But, as Lance acknowledged in the boy band con, they were kept concealed for a long time, feeling like the red-headed stepchild. With the Backstreet Boys' popularity, we always felt like the red-headed stepchild of NSYNC, so we couldn't get into the record label since no one knew who we were, Lance explained, adding that they were referred to as B5 in paperwork and cost records to maintain the secret. And Lou didn't want them to know about us yet because he didn't wish the Backstreet Boys to be unhappy. However, in October 1999, Pearlman filed a $150 million lawsuit against the band for using the moniker NSYNC. Number 3. One Direction. The British boy band, put together by Simon Cowell on the UK talent program The X Factor, is primarily responsible for the boy band renaissance that occurred at the turn of the decade, so they've certainly had their fair share of drama. But, unlike their predecessors, Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Liam Payne, Niall Horan, and Louis Tomlinson haven't been afraid to expose their dirty laundry, particularly following Zayn's dramatic leave in 2015. Zayn has been open about how unhappy he was since announcing his departure from the band, both socially and musically. Zayn also spoke out against the shippers, telling Fader there are no hidden ties between any of the band members. It's not humorous, and it's not getting any easier for them. They won't naturally walk around each other and wrap their arms around each other because they're aware of what's happening, which isn't true. They will not behave naturally, but that's simply how the supporters are. Number 2. The Jonas Brothers. Try being 3 close-knit brothers with a Disney Channel image to sustain for good measure, as if being bandmates wasn't enough turmoil. Kevin, Joe, and Nick were a trio of brothers who could play their instruments when they first arrived on the scene in 2005, similar to Hanson back in the BSB and NSYNC days. They were a trio of siblings who could play their instruments. They were also devout, publicly discussing their religion. The brothers were famous for wearing purity rings, boldly stating that they would not have love until married. On the other hand, Joe shared the true story during their carpool karaoke participation. It was never going to come up in conversation. This isn't for the general public, it's our own thing. We're doing it our way, he went on to clarify. But because you have 3 young lads with rings on their fingers, everyone assumes they're already married. What exactly is going on here? The next thing you know, it's the Jonas Brothers with their purity rings, says the reporter. Number 1. NKOTB. The Block's new kids, Jordan and Jonathan Knight, Joey McIntyre, Donnie Wahlberg, and Danny Wood, created the band in the early 1980s, and they went on to become one of the most popular and genre-defining boy bands. What size were they? In 1992, A stampede happened during one of their concerts in South Korea, killing one adolescent fan and injuring 50 others. NKOTB, like the mega bands that came after them, had its share of scandals and legal issues. Gregory McPherson, who worked as an assistant producer on one of the band's albums, accused them of lip-syncing at the height of their career. New Kids notably made a last-minute appearance on the Arsenio Hall show to put the accusations about their vocal talents to rest, quickly putting the suspicions to sleep by singing live to show everyone who doubted their vocal abilities incorrect. When boy bands make their well-choreographed debut, eliciting the shouts of millions of dedicated fans, they have a squeaky clean reputation. However, many boy bands' backstories are riddled with dark secrets such as litigation, infighting, and drug abuse problems. So let us know your favorite boy bands of all time, and also let us know some of the biggest secrets that blew your minds away in the comments down below. And as always, I'll catch you guys later in another great video. Bye now!